EA Sports, within the game. He tucked that ball away, lowered his head, and boom, end zone.
When the members on and get it going Donkey Kong, they got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, like shit, wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose it like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now. Cool, tear down, tear down.
Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. You haven't missed too much just yet. We're still in the first quarter and ready for a kickoff. Sanders now to kick this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now a first down there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test it for but that time, they run to the challenge.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. One quarter done, and 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. Plenty of scoring here already. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circled every year, Super Bowl Sunday. Mills hit, and he loses the ball. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
That's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in an open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up the first down.
On first and 10, it's Mostert, and he will take it in for Davis touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his second touchdown this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. See, that's his second touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. With just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A first down throw for Mills. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they can barely get a glimpse. Quarterback on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And here comes Raheem Mostert in the Miami offense. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books. But it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 18-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that they don't start to slow him down. It's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, it allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for second. And he's in! Touchdown! Raheem Mostert with his third touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Dolphins are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They're off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Oh, good son kick, bro.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Things unfortunately continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their 25-yard line.
Get his fucking ass, bro. Y'all fucking
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
outside.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Looking to throw is Mills.
Get his ass. Damn, bro. Get his fucking
And the
ass.
Dolphins rush gets home. Down he
24.
goes. The defense
That's my
rises
G,
to the
man.
challenge and
That's my
sends
G,
them back
man.
on the scene. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
We're literally by our answer. Got it.
Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line.
He lost.
It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. Now Hill to return it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues. He's got him in. Complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. Give him 32 on the play.
We always talk about the guy who came off the play, don't we? Guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular. Able to scan the field. Get held up nicely. What a terrific job with the offensive line. The route will run, and the football right on the money.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They have a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Throwing end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Touchdown Dolphins! 2 in front of his old Alabama teammate Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Shit, guys. Damn, bro.
Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for two. The two are going to try and throw for it.
He got it.
To the end zone, but knocked away.
Fuck your head, Jimmy. What the fuck, man? You suck dick, bro.
So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Mills on first down. That's caught. It's Chris Moore. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Mills to throw it.
What the fuck is wrong with my character, bro? Get the fuck off me,
He's
bro.
letting it fly for Cooks. And this
How
will be
can we
caught
let
at
him
the 30.
catch that?
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Now the Texans have burned the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. He's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? I can think that was someone on the field got confused because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Houston, and they will need to get this passing game in gear, because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Take it in at the 3. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Out comes the Dolphins now. They will go offense first here in this third quarter. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on in.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will we be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and give mean guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
They go right back to him for 20 in the first. The partner's still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process. And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Tua to throw again.
Like I just said. Oh, yeah.
Open net is Waddle complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
They holded me.
Couple of Alabama guys there. Tua to Waddle for the Miami first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in.
That's good for a gain of 6. Second and goal.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle.
Oh, shit. He's hitting the Waddle. He's hitting the Waddle.
And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
He hit the fucking touchdown.
Familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, Parker, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
I might do part 2.